Hello, my book lovers. Thank you for joining me. I am back with another book review. Thank you for joining me, and always your presence is appreciated. Today, I will review the book called All That We Carried by Erin Bartels, and that's the book cover. Alright, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this book review. The story is set in the Porcupine Mountains Wilderness State Park in Michigan. It involves Melanie, which is the younger sister. Melanie dropped out of school and began blogging and becoming a social media influential life coach, positive vibe kind of influencer. And so Melanie is look on the positive side kind of person, always looking for the best, always thinking of things in a positive perspective. She could kind of be described as a bit flighty. Her belief system is like a hodgepodge of all the religions. I mean, she's kind of picked and plucked from the different religions to kind of make this whole positive world bubble she got going on. Okay? And so her sister, which is the older sister, Olivia, has become a reputable lawyer. So she's, the educated, the prim and proper, the kind of rigid, right and wrong and fairness perspective of life. I mean, she's kind of a black and white. Either you are or you not. Either you do or you don't. Is this fair? Not fair? She doesn't have a gray area, so to speak. And she would be what one would call along the lines of an atheist. She doesn't quite subscribe to any one religion. So after their parents died in a tragic car accident, Melanie and Olivia allowed 10 years to pass before they saw each other face to face. It was pretty much their parents died in a car accident, and the daughters went through the normal forms of putting their parents to rest. The funeral, the taking care of those details, and Melanie stayed behind to pretty much pack up the family home and sell it, whereas Olivia, pretty much as soon as the parents, were laid to rest, she went back to school and she busied herself with, her life of becoming a reputable lawyer, and kind of really didn't look back. Melanie felt that it was high time that her and her sister reconnected. Plus, she had a secret to share. So Olivia is reluctant to reconnect with the sister face to face, but she kind of concedes to going on a camping trip with Melanie. But Olivia feels that she needs to plan this trip. If she's going to go on the trip, she needs to plan it. She's a planner. She, likes her details, and she has her schedules, and so she feels that she is the better fit to plan this camping trip versus the flighty, fly by the seat of your pants, whatever goes Melanie. So the camping trip proves to have its up and downs with this pair of sisters. Olivia, again, is very firm in what she has planned for the trip, from the packing down to what trail they're going to use, down to how much time it should take them to finish this trip. And Melanie is underprepared and has a wing it and enjoy the view attitude. But along the way, they have to deal with each other. They have to interact. They have to make sure that they survive this trip out in the wilderness. So along the way, they encounter obstacles and are forced to work together. The interaction between the sisters on this trip have them re-evaluating how they have been living their lives. Olivia is faced with the reality of how her actions after her parents' death affected Melanie, because, as I said, she kind of really ran off back to school and didn't assist in packing up the family home, didn't assist in selling the home, so that was all left to Melanie. And Olivia didn't acknowledge or understand how that affected her sister. And then Melanie has her mirage of benefits and purpose in life challenged. Olivia challenges Melanie's thought process on her belief system, or really lack thereof, to a certain degree. Olivia makes some valid points about Melanie's belief system and why she may not be able to really pick a belief system versus taking snippets of different religions and then kind of like throw them in the pot and then kind of trying to have a cover all your bases attitude about religion. So those things are challenged. And it makes some really good points about belief systems and why you might believe a certain way, or what prompted you to possibly believe one way or another. Along the way, though, a man named Josh comes into the story and assists the sisters in survival. And in doing so, he helps Olivia kind of look at Melanie's perspective in a different light. He kind of makes Olivia think about not how she feels, but how Melanie feels and why Melanie feels the way she may feel. Josh unfortunately has to encounter the sisters arguing and really kind of behaving like some snotty brats, but he keeps a level head, and I think his approach is what really kind of jars the two sisters into like, hey, look, it is about you, but it's not all about you because it affects more than just you. So he definitely gives them a better perspective and almost kind of helps them get to a place where they may have a better understanding of one another without really doing a whole lot. I mean, Josh doesn't do a whole lot, but his presence and his communication with the sisters kind of get them to guess dig a little bit deeper. This story is of understanding, personal growth, forgiveness, grace. The two emerge from this experience different in more ways than one, than how they went into the experience. I think, I don't know, I kind of got the feeling in some parts, like, is Josh real, or is he just, a figment of their imagination, like a coping skill? But I mean, I'll let you find out if Josh is a real person or not, because the way the author intertwines Josh into this story, it will have you wondering, is this just their mind perspectives playing on them, or is this person real, or but I will let you find out if Josh is a real person or not. I will let you find out the obstacles the sisters face on the trip. You'll have to read the book to find out if Melanie's secret is revealed, and if it's revealed, how does Olivia react to it? And I'll let you find out the sisters' revelations after taking the journey. I mean, did they make it? Did they not make it? Did they make up? Did they not make up? I will say that this is a moderate paced book. The dynamic between the sisters could be considered pretty typical. I mean, pretty typical for sisters. There is definitely some unpacking of baggage that occurs. I will warn you, there is a bit of questioning afterlife and if there's a God or higher power, or what belief system is the right belief system. But overall, the content and thought-provoking dialogue can spark a good conversation or a book discussion for sure. I do give it a 5 out of 5. So click like, share, subscribe. If you've read the book, comment your thoughts. I want to know what you thought about it. I want to know what you got from it. If you haven't read the book, read the book. Until next time, keep turning the pages, my book lovers.